Welcome home, everyone. Welcome home. We talk affordable housing while living here in America, and we know everything has gone sky high through the roof. So I am here to help. What I have is I have created a community trying to prevent and reduce homelessness one person at a time. And as I always say, it starts right here with us, guys. What I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about 100 resources. Yes, 100 resources in Cincinnati to help with low-income individuals and households to get some housing support that they need, some cash assistance, and for the veterans, there's help out there for you too. Some people just need some help with prescriptions and medical costs, things like that, or while you're out of work for a medical reason, you need some housing assistance. So let's just get started, guys. The only thing I ask you guys to do is when I give you the information, you just pass it to your homeless communities. You pass it to your family and friends that are there in Cincinnati. And then you let me know in the comments what state you're actually looking for some resources or housing help with. So we talk about affordable housing here on this channel on Sundays and Mondays, all right? There are other things on the channel, but for affordable housing, it is Sundays and Mondays. So what I have is there's a place that will help with rent and utility assistance, and sometimes I'll have just the name of the place or the organization where you can Google. Sometimes I have the telephone number, all right, and sometimes I have the website. But who they are helping is families, homeowners, and even people that home renters that are in crisis. They help pay for housing. So you would go over to the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, Cincinnati. Telephone number is 513-421-0602. If you need a stand-up wireless, there is a place called Stand-Up Wireless that helps with mobile phones to help pay for phone and internet. And you can apply on their website at Stand Up Lifeline Wireless. All right, short-term rent, mortgage, and utility assistance program offered by Caracole Incorporated. That is CARCOLE, and their telephone number is 513-761-1480, guys. This is help to pay for utilities, help to pay for housing, all right? There's a family housing partnership that helps pay for, looks like, utilities and housing, guys. It is called Bethany House, Ohio. You can contact them at 513-921-1131. There's a rapid rehousing programs also offered by Bethany. Gives you a support network to help you navigate the system, help you find housing as well. All right, there is services for the ownership and acquisition of residences. It's called the SOAR program. It is provided by the Living Arrangements for the Developmentally Disabled. They help pay for housing, foreclosure counseling, and help out there navigating the systems. Who it's for is adults with developmental disabilities. And you can contact 513-861-5233. There's HUD, Public Housing Program. You can go over to Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority or call 513-721-4580. And for the veterans, there's a financial assistance program. You go over to the website Salute Incorporated. There's a down payment assistance program for families, adults, young adults, low-income individuals, and seniors at Fifth Third Bank. And you can contact them at 866-351-5353. Also another Lifeline program, you can call Access Wireless. Well, you can go to the website, Access Wireless. All right, so we're gonna move on to more resources, all right? So let me let my computer boot up just a little bit. Are you enjoying my thunderstorm out here? I say again, it seems like it's always raining in the city that I live in. It's raining, or I'm talking over the birds when I'm out here, or some kind of fire truck or something is, you know, there's a hospital not too far away from here. All right, so moving on, guys, there's supportive services for veterans families at Talbert House to help pay for housing and financial assistance. They have a case management over there for those veterans, so please let your veterans know, all right? Telephone number is 513-381-7233. There's an emergency financial assistance program to help pay for utilities, guys, for your identification recovery if you've had some problems with that, and to help pay for housing over at Madisonville Education and Assistance Center. That is, looking for a website here, so go over to Madison Education and Assistance Center. That's all that it's saying. All right, so there's an emergency assistance program for paralyzed veterans of America, and you can contact them 513-475-6985. Section 8 housing choice vouchers. Look for Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority. And there's a patient aid program to help for health care, food, help pay for gas and utilities, housing. If you have leukemia or lymphoma, you can contact the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society at 800-955-4572. Also, to help for the veterans pay for utilities and rent, there is a project called Operation First Response. All right, helps pay for food and utilities for those who are facing financial hardships. You can go over to Vital Options International. And also for the veterans, the National Guards, if you need help with home goods, dental care, vision, baby supplies, maintenance, repairs, transportation, help pay for housing, you can go over to Operation Homefront. That is 877-264-3968. It's gonna thunder. All right, there is help to pay for food and housing. And I believe you have to have some kind of illness and you have been off, so off of work, you can call Patient Advocate Foundation at 855-824-7941. And there's an American Kidney Fund, guys, that helps pay for food, housing, utility service at 1-800-795-3226. All right, there is a Native American home buyers down payment closing cost assistance, not rental assistance, for down payment, guys. You can contact Citizen Potawatomi Nation at 405-273-2833. Also, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has an urgent needs program. So they have two different programs. The one I told you before was something different. This is a different name. So they have different programs to help you guys out there for those that are diagnosed, recently diagnosed, on treatment, post-treatment for cancer. All right, telephone number is 877-557-2672. There is a financial assistance program for the sick and the injured over-the-road semi-truck drivers, guys. Please let your semi-truck drivers know about this program. If they are on the road for 500 miles a day, over 200 days a year, and they happen to be out sick and they need help to pay for their housing, they can go over to the website St. Christopher's Trucker Relief. All right, another Lifeline program by Air Talk Wireless, and And there's the Ovarian Cancer Treatment Fund to help pay for your housing, your utilities, transit, child care, financial assistance. You can contact 866-719-2767. Please pass this information along, guys. For those of you on treatment for cancer, there's also another place called the Pink Fund. You can go to that website. And for help for housing, housing advice, and foreclosure counseling, you can call the Blue Hub Capital, 855-604-4663. There's a Pancreatic Cancer Patient Financial Fund. Go over to Project Purple. There is an emergency payment place that helps with elderly blues musicians, who helps for emergency payments, healthcare, housing, transit, funeral help, burial help, utility help. All right, this is for those blues musicians who have become elderly and that are sick. All right, let them go over to the Pine Top Perkins Foundation. The Pine Top Perkins Foundation. Please let your blues musicians know, guys, they need help. All right, there's a place called Giving Kitchen for food service workers who need emergency help to pay for housing and utilities. Go over to Giving Kitchen. All right, I forgot I was going to have to lock that stream. All right, there's a place to help pay for health care, emergency payments, child care, financial assistance for those who are theater writers, playwrights, composers, book writers, and lyricists. I love when people create foundations for authors and musicians and all of that. So on hard times, they can go over to Dramatist Guild Foundation. All right. Moving on to Children of Restaurant Employees. That is the website to help pay for gas, housing, healthcare, food. And this is for children of restaurant workers in hard times. Free government phone service, another, by Click Mobile, CLIQ. Go over to their website. For breast cancer patients recently diagnosed, on treatment, all right, low income, you need some financial assistance, help pay for internet, food, phone, utilities, go over to Living Beyond Breast Cancer. All right. Another Lifeline program for free unlimited talk and text. You can go over to True Connect, and there is a place for, were they looking for veterans and their children, looks like. Veterans with children and PTSD and physical disabilities. Help pay for transit, housing, financial assistance, help to pay for a car, guys, and utilities. Go over to Helping Hands for Freedom. Another Lifeline program by Pulse WRX. All right, help for housing and health care, help pay for food and utilities and transit. Looks like everyone is game for this one. Now, this is to help with assistance to children with special health care needs. It is called Guidance Medical. Financial assistance for brain tumor patients. You can go over to Glenn Garcelon Foundation. And one-on-one support, peer support, baby supplies, Rosemary's Babies Company. They have a leadership and legacy program. So I'm taking it with women with children. So Rosemary's Babies. Actually, it is for teens and pregnant, okay, pregnant women, families with children. So not just only teens. Rosemary's Baby. All right, moving on, there's housing assistance to help pay for housing at the Chico Ranchera Housing Corporation, 530-343-4048. And for metastatic breast cancer patients, they have a human needs grant you can go over to the website Infinite Strength. Help for internet access, guys, go over to Xfinity and get Internet Essentials, their package. Their program is called Internet Essentials, 855-846-8376. Also another Lifeline Wireless program is SafeLink Wireless. Financial assistance for young colon cancer patients, go over to Meredith's Miracle Colon Cancer Foundation or call 765-722-0302. Financial assistance for families, I believe, with children that has some health care needs. Go over to the Brooke Healy Foundation. For veterans, active duty and veterans and seniors, there is a National Emergency Fund at the American Legion. And for housing, long-term housing, help pay for housing for veterans, there is Ride with Baylor, 216-280-5824. Another Lifeline Wireless Assistance Program at Wireless Communications, and another one at Tempo Telecom, LLC. All right, so no one should be without a cell phone, guys. All right, help for housing, who is this for? It's a Hemophilia Foundation, so I am thinking someone that has been sick, maybe with some blood cancer, something like that, some terminal illness and chronic illness. All right, so help pay for healthcare, housing, utilities, and transit. Who you want to call is the National Hemophilia Foundation, Central Ohio chapter. All right, help for housing, up to $1,500 to cover non-medical living expenses. I'm taking it, yes, you have to have a breast cancer or a terminal illness. For 18 and older, you can go to Jill's Wish Foundation. All right, help pay for utilities, financial assistance. This is a income payment plan that helps eligible Ohioans. Go to the Ohio Department of Development or call 800-282-0880. Also, they have a home energy assistance program at the Ohio Department of Development. For Veterans Affairs housing assistance, go to U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, 877-827-3702. And also for emergency winter crisis, only for winter, guys, to help pay your utility bills, there's a HEAP winter crisis program, all at the Ohio Department of Development. That was 3 different programs, so just by different names, guys. 1-800-282-0880. There's another program by the Ohio Department of Development, Electric Partnership Plan. Another Lifeline assistance at American Assistance, you can Google that. Another Lifeline cell phone service at InTouch, ENTOUCH Wireless. PCs for People, a low-cost internet plan, guys, 651-354-2552. All right, moving on to Cox Communications for affordable internet programs for the low-income families. You can go over to Cox Communications. Another Lifeline home phone or internet help by AT&T, 866-684-6391. All right, financial assistance at the Parker Project. This project provides financial assistance for children with cancer, guys. 480-845-9162. Plenty of programs out here, plenty of organizations that care. All right, Patches of Light assists families with children facing catastrophic health issues. And also Support for low-income families for laptops and cell phones, go to iFoster or call 855-936-7837. There's the Semper Fi Family Support Fund, guys, for service members and families, 760-725-3680. And there's a nursing grant program that helps nurses registered nurses who are unable to work. All right, so financial assistance, health care, help pay for housing, go over to Nurses House. Karen E. Jackson Breast Cancer Assistance Program, go over to Sisters Network Incorporated. And if you need home loans for the veterans, you can go over to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. All right, people with metastatic breast cancer, help for health care, housing, school, help pay for transit, go over to the Angela Andrade Foundation. There's an American Children's Cancer Benevolence Fund at 813-550-8999. There's an American Living Organ Donor Fund. You can go to their website. There's financial assistance for that at American Living Organ Donor Fund. American Living Organ Donor Fund. All right, there's an Army Emergency Relief Fund for financial assistance, guys. Go to 866-878-6378. There's a home improvement program at the U.S. Department of Interior Indian Affairs, 615-564-6712. There's VA home loans for surviving spouses at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, okay? All right, Ohio Heroes for the National Guards, the active duty, the veterans, guys, low income, their spouses. There is a financial assistance fund and personal loans at 888-362-6432. It is called Ohio Housing Finance Agency. Another Lifeline program administered by TDS Telecommunications LLC. Also another one by Assurance Wireless. And there is a Thurman Perry Foundation Relief Fund, 365 Housing Relief Fund for incarcerated mothers to help pay for housing financial assistance. You can apply on their website at the Thurman Perry Foundation. Another Lifeline program at the Federal Communications Commission. And there is housing assistance to ease the financial strain of cancer on families at Join the Flock Incorporated. There's a Lupus Emergency Grant Program at Lupus Research Alliance. There's internet assistance at Spectrum, 844-525-1574. And there's a family assistance program for those with brain tumors at the Matthew Larson Foundation. For multiple sclerosis, there's an emergency grant at the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, or 888-673-6287. There's a patient financial assistance program at Myositis Support and Understanding. And there's a hardship grant for former CFMF trust beneficiaries to help pay for housing, transit, school, food, financial assistance. 216-736-4540. That is Community Fund Management Foundation. A breast cancer financial assistance grant, you can go over to Remember Betty Foundation. And for the Wounded Warriors, accessible homes for them to remodel handicap accessible homes, go over to Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors, 480-991-3047. A lot of good programs out here, guys. All right, there is the Air Force Association that has financial assistance grants. Go over to Air Force Association, and there's help for healthcare, housing, gas, transit, help to buy a car, medical supplies, all of that for the uninsured and underinsured at the Oracle Health Foundation. You would have to Google that. There's financial support for families battling pediatric brain cancer. You can go over to Team Buddy Forever Foundation. Good programs. And Community Action Agency Home Relief. Go over to Cincinnati, Hamilton County Community Action Agency. For the veterans, go over to Operation Homefront, 1-800-722-6098 for maintenance and repairs, home buyer education, help pay for housing, and financial assistance. This is for active duty veterans, families, and their spouses. All right, so Bright Spot Network knows the hidden cost of cancer diagnosis and treatment. So they want to help you pay for health care, housing, financial assistance, child care, transit, help. So go to Bright Spot Network. Also, for individuals with physical disabilities, brain injuries, veterans, I think it's mainly for veterans, go to Operation Family Fund. There's a Veterans Emergency Grant, go over to Wells Fargo. There's a Lung Transplant Assistance Program, go over to Second Wind Lung Transplant Association. And to relieve financial burdens of parents whose children are battling, I believe, a chronic illness and terminal illness, not just cancer, chronic or terminal, go over to Caleb's Foundation, Pennies from Heaven, guys. So that wraps it up for Cincinnati, guys. Also, if I haven't told you, I used to work in the legal profession some years ago, and what I have is I have a website that if you need any assistance with any legal help in any specialty, you can go over to A Rakestraw, RAKESTRAW.LegalShieldAssociate.com. That is RAKESTRAW.LegalShieldAssociate.com. All right, for less than $1 a day to get the help and support that you need for your families. All right, I'll see you again on Sundays and Mondays if you're here for housing. If not, check back in, look around for herbalism and healing. We just live a good life around here. Be well and be safe. I love you so much. If you're not a subscriber, become a subscriber. Please pass this along to people that you know that it could benefit, that it could really help. All right, leave in the comments the states that you are looking for help with housing, support, and resources. All right, be well.